trying to say you weed smoking little ass blunts. Niggas like to talk loud, that's a big ass stunt. Be to shut some shit down without a big ass gun. Bitch, big booty with a big ass tongue. She eat it all up every time I come. Nigga, fuck with me.
I don't think them niggas should.
Fuck with me.
I don't even think them niggas could.
Fuck with me.
I don't even think them niggas would.
Fuck with me.
We got them pussy niggas should.
Nobody forget, cause I meant that shit when I said that I'm the realest nigga in this bitch. We up in this bitch, gon' be up in this bitch. A flash out and kill everybody in this bitch. Yo boy, I ain't got a whole card to bring your whole squad cause I go hard. Picture me and your broad in your car, and you already know her. I grab her head and try to make her throw up. You know what? I've been trying to laugh and be cool, but man, I'm finna start slapping these dudes. They wanna act like hoes, so that's how I'ma treat them. Round here acting like a nigga need them. Fuck with me. Fuck with me.
I don't think them niggas should.
Fuck with me.
I don't even think them niggas could.
Fuck with me.
I don't even think them niggas would.
Fuck with me.
We got them pussy niggas should.
Myself now, I've been drinking, I'm not myself now, I've been smoking, I'm not myself now, man, I'm rolling, I'm not myself now, I've been popping, I'm not myself now, I've been drinking, I'm not myself now, I've been smoking, I'm not myself now, man, I'm rolling, I'm not myself right now, I'm not myself right now, I'm not myself right now, leave me by myself right now, I'm not myself right now, I'm not myself right now. Myself right now, leave me by myself right now. I step up in the club, neck and wrist on chill. Eyes bloody red, cause I'm full of that kill. Kinda tipsy, but I still got behind the wheel. Go to VIP and ask the ballers what the deal. My bodyguard with me standing taller than Shaquille. Hoes run up to me, hollering, don't you rap with Trill. Shake my head, yeah, probably flow with them a Leo. Talk them in the drink and probably make them pop a pill. I'm boozed up so everybody know I'm kinda wealthy. I'm looking for a bad bitch, thick and kinda healthy. Ain't no sense of mugging these the cars God dealt me. I got this shit from grinding, this ain't what nobody left me. I see a couple niggas I don't like and now I'm booting. I'm hollering, take it outside cause I'ma start shooting. Boy, I ain't myself right now, don't make me do it. Boy, I ain't myself right now, I'm on that fluid. I've been popping, I'm not myself now. I've been drinking, I'm not myself now. I've been smoking, I'm not myself now. Man,
Yo, what's going on, folks? Who in here with me?
with the stove on hot. But now I'm in the club with the hose on lock. Cause in the parking lot I got the foes on the drop. I'll make you wreck your car because my rims don't stop. You think I done put off and you done ran and got popped. My jewelry get retarded, I be icy like a freezer. And when it come to cooking, you can call me Mr. Geezer. I do it for my hood and I do it for my people. I really ain't myself right now, I'm off the meter.
Yo, somebody talk to me. What we sounding like? We sounding alright? We sounding alright now? Get this thing rolling. I just need one participant to leave a comment. That's it. Two of y'all in here. That's all I need. Somebody tell me what we sounding like. Good. I'm popping, drinking, smoking, getting high than the Asian. I'm about to born, lead the club cause I can do that. Stand up. If you been on them drugs all night, then put your hands up. I ain't with that rap beef.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night. Street exec salute. My nigga Young Dolph. Cross country trapping, nigga. It's that motivational shit. Commission over everything. I want it for 100 summers, nigga. Fuck that, 100 winners too. Can't no nigga stop me from getting this cash, nigga. I see in the streets.
I don't fuck with these niggas cause they shady. These bitches, they just wanna have my baby. Born in the 80s,
It's holiday
crack
season,
baby.
bitch.
Mama, she was in the streets, so guess who raised me? You motherfucking right, couldn't get it from my mama, so I got it off the block. Been working my whole life, but I ain't never punched a clock. 9 years old, I seen a nigga get shot. Damn. Niggas quick to run they mouth when they get jammed. Pussy ass nigga tell it on his own face.
All right, man, we finna roll.
Same nigga that you break your neck for.
Hopefully everything good. Kim folks say it's good. We good. We rolling. So first, look, let me just make this disclaimer. These first power rankings are only for week 1 and 2. Appreciate you, Kim folk. You should be able to hear me good, loud and clear now, huh? I appreciate that for real. So look, these first power rankings are only for weeks 1 and 2. Stats all came from weeks 1 and 2. Records came from weeks 1 and 2. Strength of schedule, all that came from weeks 1 and 2. Nothing more than that. Let's not overthink it. Because I already know y'all finna look at this shit and y'all gonna tell me to put the Twisted Tees down. That shit ain't gonna happen. Sorry. I'll fix that.
Same bitch decline, she love you, she'll set you up. Out here in these streets, it ain't no such thing as love. The only thing I trust is this pistol and these slugs. Real nigga shit, only when I do speak. If that nigga don't work, he'll.
All right, so here we go.
I ain't got shit for a nigga, ain't nothing in this motherfucking world free.
All right, coming in at number 10. This was for the first 2 weeks. Number 10 in the first power rankings. Giants. Reggie Lashard. Number 10, the Giants. Strength of schedule is a plus 16. He has a top 20 defense. Top 20 offense, top 20 defense. Doesn't really say a lot. Like I said, man, these numbers is only pulled from the first 2 weeks of the season. A lot of this stuff shaking up. None of this stuff is really relevant now. I'll just say that. I can already tell. And we ain't been nothing but 1 week from the time I made this. Number 10 is the Giants. Reggie Lashard, the Giants. Strength of schedule is pretty solid. He only got 1 big win, and that was against the Rams. I wasn't ever convinced on the Rams in the first place. I don't really know a whole lot about them. I just know they had a cake-ass schedule last year, and they took care of business with that schedule. They ain't do nothing else that stood out. Not to me, at least. This number 9, it's crazy now. That number 9 gonna piss you off. The way he lost yesterday. Number 9, Cardinals. Sly Cooper also was sitting at 2-0 through 2 weeks. Week 1 and 2. Sly Cooper and the Cardinals. At the moment, Sly also had the number 8 defense. Offense shitty though. 24th offense in the league at the moment. But he is 2-0. Didn't really have any wins that stood out for me in those first 2 games. Nothing was special. One thing you realize is this power rankings. So all 10 of these teams were undefeated at the time. And the only 10 teams that were undefeated at the time. Literally, it was 10 teams exactly that were undefeated. All 2-0. So I figured I'd start it off there. Started off with the unbeatens through the first 2 weeks. It's all this stuff gonna get so crazy. It's gonna be ridiculous. I can't wait to be able to go back and look at it. Number 9 was Sly Cooper in the Cardinals. Number 10, Giants, Reggie Lachard. Number 8. And number 8 is a newcomer to the power rankings in all. He's never seen any Showtime as far as the power rankings. Nothing at all. Never seen a segment with his name on it. So I think he deserves a round of applause or something. I think I can do it too. And that is TZT and them Denver Broncos. Also was sitting at 2-0 at the time. Like I said, first couple weeks, man, it's gonna be ugly through this top 10, man. All 10 of these teams were unbeaten at the time. Broncos were sitting number 5 in defense. 16th overall. 16th overall in offense. Terrible strength of schedule.
Hello?
So we want to welcome TZ and the Broncos to the first ever appearance on a power ranking. And there's a few of them just like them. The fuck is playing in the background? It's terrible. Shit depressing. Alright, so the Broncos sitting at number 8. Right now we got Giants at 10, Cardinals at 9, Broncos at 8. Remember, I got 2 more viewers. Hey, look, these only from the first couple weeks. First 2 weeks, that's all it's accounted for. That's why the records ain't matching up. Stats probably ain't gonna match up. Right? I mean, if you're watching it right now, stats are definitely different. It ain't take me nothing but 45 minutes after I made this before I look back on Daily Leagues and was like, well, fuck. This motherfucker moved up 2 spots on offense. Like, golly. So remember, this was stopped at week 2. Keep that in mind. All right, number 7. Number 7 at the time. He ain't new to this. He true to this. Let him tell it. Coming back to a top 10 power ranking. As a matter of fact, I don't know if this player, as a matter of fact, I don't think he's ever been in a power ranking. And it's crazy. But he took off running and he found a home in the NFC. Number 7 in the power rankings is Saints, and J Mont also was sitting at 2-0 at the time. This was going into week 3, going into the advance last night. J Mont got a win now added to that. Broncos got a win now added to theirs. Cardinals and Giants both took losses. So a lot of this has changed. All right. Saints, J Mont coming in 2-0 in the Saints in the NFC. shaking things up over there. Shaking things up over there in the South. All right. Number 6. In the first power rankings, Nate Pup and the Detroit Lions also was sitting at 2-0 at the time of the rankings. Let me say this real quick. Let me go back to the Saints because I didn't even give any breakdown of them. At the time, they had the number 4 offense. Once again, lopsided as shit. Number 19 defense, which isn't not in the top 50%. It's not super impressive, but Saints have one of the better strength of schedules too, as far as competition. Okay. So Lions sitting at number 6, 2-0. Lions at the time had the number 5 offense and the number 20 defense. Number 5 offense, number 20 defense. Strength of schedule is a -8, which is actually the 4th best out of the top 10. That means the Lions got their handful. Number 5 offense, number 20 defense, with only a -8 strength of schedule according to Data Leagues at the time of this ranking. All this shit gonna be so different tomorrow night. It's gonna be crazy. Who we got in here? Who watching? Woo! This will start getting real crazy. Because there's so many guys that's supposed to be in this top 10 that ain't in the top 10. And it's simple. It's simple to me. I don't have to explain too much right now. We're talking about we in week 3. I'm not going to sit here and explain too much. Look, you 1-1. You lost the game. Nobody in this top 10 has lost the game, period. Look, if I was to try to get like in depth and dive into schedules and that, man, it's two games that have been played. Let's not overthink this first power rankings, man. Come on, man. Let's not overthink it, right? We all know that this entire thing in my last episode is going to be completely different. We know it. But going into week 3, all of these teams have yet to lose. None of them lost at the time, period. And nobody who's up here that has been shafted, none of that. I don't want to hear it. All right? So everybody right here, nobody took a loss. It's simple. Don't think about it too much. Number 5. Woo! First time. It's a lot of first time guys in these first 2 weeks of the league. It's a lot of first time guys. A lot of guys who ain't never been there before. They ain't never seen the big lights. You know, they ain't never been there. Sitting at number 5. With the number 8 offense at the time. Number 12 defense. And only a -55 strength of schedule at the time. It's my boys. Not my team on the game. But my team in real life, the Dallas Cowboys, Brandon, sitting at 2-0 the first 2 weeks. 2-0. He didn't lose. Neither game. If you lost, you lose the argument automatically. I don't give a fuck. You can say whatever. Doesn't matter. Not through 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. These guys deserve their praise, man. Don't be raining on their parade, man. Like don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't do that, man. These guys, man, look, I'm shitty, and I know if I was on this list through the first 2 weeks, man, it's over. At the end of the year, all that shit is gone. But let these guys enjoy their moment, man. They was undefeated at the time. Some of them already lost. A few of them already lost. But at this moment, the Cowboys held the number 8 offense number 12 defense, one of the lowest strength of schedules on this top 10, and they were undefeated at this moment. Don't think about it too much. Don't let me kill you. All right, sitting at number 4. Ooh, it's tough. Oh. Oh, this crazy. So, at number 4,
Oh yeah, Trey, I fucking feel ya.
That's
They
what I
be
got.
staring at the money like it's unfamiliar. I get it, I live it. To me, there's nothing realer. Just enough to solve your problems.
It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kinfolk sitting at 2-0 also.
The young spitter that everybody
Biggest reason why Kinfolk is sitting out of the top 3, which is crazy because since I started doing the power rankings, I think that is the lowest he's ever been on my power rankings. I'm pretty sure it is. Every time I've done it. But you'll see why with the 3 teams ahead of him. But at this moment, the Jags held the number 13 offense, number 7 defense, but they have the second to last, at this moment, have the second to last worst schedule in the league. With the negative 232 according to Daddy League at the time. Like I said, all this can shift. Everything can change. Well, not can shift. It will shift. Guarantee it. I tell you right now, from the time I made this to tonight when I got home, like all this stuff is out the window. It's over. But at that moment, you know, if we're going to do every 2 games with the power rankings, take your hat off to these guys on this list, man. They handle business to that point. Maybe they didn't play nobody. I don't know. Don't matter. Jackson at number 4, also 2-0 at the moment. Number 13 offense, number 7 defense, second to last strength of schedule in the league, which is what sets up the 3 guys ahead of them. One of these is a huge freaking shocker. It's crazy. But it's also very real. If we're going to do a power rankings and y'all want to critique and criticize, then it's going to be hard for you to argue with the number 3 team after 2 weeks of football. Cleveland Browns. Nate C. You light-skinned Nate. Yeah, he came from the Dolphins, Nate. 2-0 also. At this moment, Nate also held the number 6 offense in the league, number 9th defense, and also one of the lowest strength of schedules with a negative 109, which isn't super low, don't get me wrong, but it's one of the lowest on this top 10. That's crazy. I feel you. Right there, I probably lost half the crowd. I get it. I understand. But what you guys got to understand is a power ranking is built like, I can't ignore the fact he got a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, lowest strength of schedule, one of the lowest. He's in the bottom 5 of strength of schedule on the list, undefeated. Like, I mean, what do you want? What you want? How you want to judge it? You want me to do an eye test and just be like, well, yeah, he did this, this, and that, but I know that this player is actually better. Like, yeah, but the numbers didn't back that. Nothing really backs it at that moment in the league. In the season, 2 games, he was hands down the number 3 overall player in the league at that moment. I don't care who you played. I don't care who was hurt. Doesn't matter. At that moment, he held a top 10 offense, top 10 defense, one of the lowest strength of schedules, and didn't lose so far. So if you lost, like I said, if you lost a game between week 1 and week 2, and you want to argue about one of these teams that didn't lose, and I don't know, maybe you should have lost.
Pardon the swag.
All right, number 2. First time ever breaking the top 5, breaking the top 6, I think. We're gonna also give him a warm welcome. Let's give Nate a warm welcome too, man. Let's give him a warm welcome. You know what I mean? Nigga, we made it. Number 2. Buffalo Bills. Mactown was also sitting at 2-0 with the number 2 offense at the time and the number 1 defense at the time. Also, one of the guys with a shitty strength of schedule. He got top 3 offense, top 3 defense, top 2 offense, top 2 defense. But ain't played nobody. He ain't played nobody yet. A lot of these guys ain't played nobody. They about to start playing people though. Don't sweat these first 2 weeks, man. Don't sweat them. Don't sweat them. Look, these guys about to start playing people, man. Don't worry. Week 5, at the beginning of week 5, when we do the power rankings again, I can promise you this list is going to be so crazy. Promise you. Only because, one, we've already seen some of these teams from last night to tonight that we've seen some of their performances, and some of these guys are out of there. They're gone. And some of those guys who took their loss early and are going to be 2-1 will jump where they belong. But at this moment, none of these guys took a loss. All of them had a significant, super significant trait, whether it was offense, defense, strength of schedule. All of them had a significant trait. Every single one of these teams. Except for the number 10 Giants. So the only team that barely fucking made it. Because there was a couple teams that I really felt like I should have put above them, but they had losses. So I could have put a 1-1 team right there. But then all you're gonna hear about is how did the undefeated guy, it ain't gonna matter. So what I did was look at their traits, look at offense, defense, strength of schedule, big wins, whatever they could get through those first 2 games, and nobody below him could give me an argument better than him being undefeated. Not with the traits. All right, so number 1, that's obvious, right? To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. Vikings. Poe. Number 1. Sitting at 2-0. What's funny is, at this moment, no lie, Poe actually I don't know how much it's adjusted on daily leagues now, but he had a plus 21.8 strength of schedule. Not just the highest on this list, but no, I'm sorry. Sly Cooper had the hardest one on this list. Sly Cooper had the hardest one. Poll number 2. And he still got a number 2 offense. At the time, at the number 2 defense. I'm sorry. At the time, number 1 offense. Number 2 defense. Undefeated. Second toughest strength of schedule on the list. Nothing to argue. Nothing to talk about. He's a proven guy. 7 Super Bowls. Undefeated in the playoffs. I don't know. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ, man. You can't even really argue nothing against him. If he's ever undefeated, it would take an overtime game against Narwhal Street and a back-to-back overtime game against me for anybody to be convinced that, oh, man, like he might be shaky at 2-0. No matter the scenario you put him in, dude just wins. Don't matter. He at the top of the pack. So look, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. This is the power rankings through the first 2 weeks. Also, the only 10 teams that were undefeated at the time. Don't think about it too much. It will all shift. It's going to shift. But look, we had Giants at 10, Cards at 9, Broncos newcomer at 8, Saints newcomer at 7, Lions at 6, Cowboys also new to the list at 5, Jags in the lowest spot they've ever been in on the power rankings at 4, still undefeated. Browns, first time ever even being in a conversation at 3. Bills sitting back, got prey on the table, finally jumps to where he belongs, which I think is a top 5 kind of player. He ain't had top 5 season openers like this either. Sitting at number 2, the Bills, right? Vikings at number 1. It's pretty obvious. The next power rank is a drop after the games are played from week 4. So you got all of week 3, which majority of them been played already. All of week 4, and then going into week 5, we'll have a fresh power rankings. So don't get caught up in the hype. A lot of these teams just went 2-1. It's a lot of other teams that just got to 2-1. Next week is going to be the hardest power rankings to judge out of the entire season, and I really feel like that because it's you don't have enough data. It's going to be a lot of teams that's fucking 2-1. It's going to be a lot of teams that have an argument. It's going to be a lot of teams that might be a top 15 on both statistical categories. It's going to be a lot of teams who got a good strength of schedule. All that. So, I guarantee. So, next week going to be the toughest one. Toughest one all season long. And I've already predicted that. The one after that, once we get 6 games in, a lot of people are going to show who they really are after 6 games. At that point, if you 3-3, chances are you're going to end the season either at 500 or a little bit over 500. But we're going to judge it to the best of our abilities. The next power rankings will be out right after week 4 games are played. Stats will be updated. We're going to take into account everything. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard to judge. It's going to be really, really hard to judge. That's for sure. Fully, hey, look, check this out. I wasn't proud about making this. Like, it hurt me. I'm not joking. Like last night, I could have very easily went live and went on with this, with what I'm doing tonight. I could have done it last night like this. I was up and everything. I even played TZ late last night. I could have got on here and do it. But when I looked at it, And I looked at like the real, like this is really where we were at. Even in statistical categories, like this is really where we were. It like deflated me. I felt like, man, like I gotta go live with this. Like I gotta, like this is what I gotta present. It made me feel like I was the victim in giving you guys entertainment. That's crazy. I ain't never felt like that. Not the whole time I've been doing this. Like I felt bad about even presenting this. Only reason why I'm doing it tonight is because I got a little bit of confidence from somebody today in the chat. And I was like, fuck it. Like this is what it is. This is really where we were at. These are the real numbers. Not a lot I can do about it. These teams were all undefeated. Yo, it hurt to put it out, but I felt like I just had to keep it real though. Like this is where we were. Folks took losses that they shouldn't have. You know, I blame y'all. I blame you, Pulley. You put me in a tough spot to make this list because you lost. How the fuck you already lose? You put me in a tough spot, Pulley. I blame you. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be in this spot if you didn't lose. If you just go 2-0, you make some of these decisions easy for me. But you 1-1. You let these guys get out in front of you. I blame you, Pulley. I blame you. Y'all made it hard on me, man. Y'all made this hard on me, man. Y'all made it stressful. I done went through so many different papers. I'm not joking either, dude. Like, I'm not playing. Like, I ain't got no reason to lie. Like, I went through and made sure I ranked all the offenses, all the defenses, all straight off of daddy leagues too, like skipping through. Motherfuckers playing games in the midst of it. I'm trying to make sure I'm subtracting what they done played from game 3. I'm like, goddamn, they done advanced it and updated the goddamn website. I have nothing to go back on, but all of it is super fucking accurate. And this is what you brought me to, Pulley. You made it hard for me to give you guys entertainment. The entertainment should never be hard for the entertainer. It should be natural. And you made me make some unnatural ass decisions on this power rankings. I'm gonna look back at this once we get to like week 8 and I'm like, yeah, man, that is just ugly. Or am I not? E. Smith, you look at you instigating, you keeping them going. He put the fact that he even said J-Mon is hilarious, but he put it in all caps too. So look, if you got anything, you know, no criticism, just commenting. Cowboys gonna finish with a losing record. Hey, some of those things I'm gonna refrain from bashing, because like I said, man, let these guys have a moment too, man. You know, we ain't gotta hate. It ain't necessary. Like, even though you might be right, it may be like almost 100% fact that half these teams won't even be close. You could be right? But knowing that takes a humble person to be like, you know what? They 2-0, fuck it. You know, like, good job. You know, you ain't always got to exploit them. You ain't always got to point out the fact that they done played nobody. Like, because truth is, good teams play nobody too. They still get the credit. These guys are 2-0, man. Take your hat off to them. And, you know, Pull, if you feel that way, a couple of these guys in your division, kick their ass. It's simple. Steelers was a fucking honorable mention at the moment. And it fucked me up. Because he really should have been I'm not going to say undefeated. But he took a forced loss to the Broncos. Well, no, he was he undefeated? No. He went 1-1, took the forced loss to the Broncos, and then right after that came out, kicked Sly Cooper ass for week 3. Bully, you 1-1. Y'all like, boo. Get him off the stage. Did you play your game yet, Pulley?
He must be retired. Shot fired. I wasn't on the scene. Yeah, I vanished. Somewhere in some
They'll get started on Sly.
in your baby mama, fucking your kids, mammy. Who he hate? I know he can't stand.
Sly came out there, got smacked.
Soon as I find my blood up.
Like, it was a few games last night that I had already had this list made. I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? He's out getting drugged. It's a bunch of teams you don't even see in here. We talking about the Falcons, the Ravens. We talking about normal guys, man. They done depleted the AFC. AFC ain't nothing now. It ain't even no argument no more. It ain't no argument no more, man. We gotta give it up, man. We garbage in the AFC, man. It's over with. What I don't understand though is everybody running the pole. Everybody runs the nigga that ain't lost the Super Bowl. The nigga that ain't lost a playoff game. Everybody over there. Like I don't know. This is just me personally. It's just me. If I know my chances of making at least the AFC championship game and moving on to the Super Bowl, so my chances in the AFC are way higher to make the Super Bowl than almost half of the NFCs to make the NFC championship game. I'm for real. Nah, Pulley. It's over with, man. We garbage over here, man. It is what it is, man. Like, it's literally you, Greasy, and E. Smith, man. It's over, man. Like, we're not finna. I'm not on your side with this argument, dog. It's not happening. I'm not. I can't back you up on that. We garbage, man. It is what it is. It's okay. Win the Super Bowl for us, man. Hold it down. But I'm not finna sit here and nah, hell no. Hey, I agree with you on that though. Let me get this switched over. I'm gonna give y'all, cause y'all shit ain't popping up on the screen, and I don't like it. All right, there we go. I had to switch it over so I can make sure y'all chat pop up on the screen. Yeah, but I mean, you're right though. I agree with that. I agree with that to a certain extent. I ain't gonna say he scared him, but he was a threat. Like, I mean, for real though. I don't know the details though. Yeah, I don't know the details of it. I don't know. really what transpired. I know about him losing the players in the offseason. Like, I know that was the main part. But I don't see a conspiracy theory when somebody quits. So that's where it's tough for me. If somebody like openly quits, I don't know. It's tough to make assumptions or try to form whatever it is. Oh no! So look, I see that though. I see what y'all saying. Okay, y'all saying that he ran them off from the AFC. My fault. Okay, my bad. So he ran them off from the AFC. Like, he scared the shit out of all, and they all ran. Yes, absolutely. I agree 100%. 1,000%. Everybody took off. For real. Everybody took off. That's why the first time ever I had the feeling that Poe wasn't the villain no more. Like, especially in the Super Bowl when I've never seen that many people bet against him. I ain't never seen that. And that was shocking. Like, it was real gambling ass niggas like in there betting against Poe. And that just hadn't happened. Not in the 4 years I've been in the league. That ain't happened.
Hey, 32 Entertainment. Hey, okay. Hey.
Hey, no, but look though, that man, you can't take nothing from him though. Like, that man was the truth.
Then I hit your block with that straight drop. 3 grand for the 50 will have your block hot. Cop a chicken dog for the 18. Say I'm a payment for the coach team. Then I hit your block with that straight drop.
Yeah. He sure the hell was happy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. We ain't gonna get too far from the fact that AFC sucked though. We garbage, man. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We are terrible. I mean, it's gonna be like two teams that get in. It's gonna be like two teams that get in AFC that might only be one game over 500. Like, no lie. It might be 2 9-win playoff teams out of the AFC. 2. Like, for real. Maybe 3 by division. Maybe one division winner. One division winner may only get 9 wins. I'm just saying. But the 2 wild cards probably only gonna get 9 wins. Man, we weak, man. It's over. Nah, ain't no top heavy. It's only 3 niggas at top, bully. Who else you gonna put up there? So you tell me who you gonna put up there with you, E. Smith, and Kimfo. Who you gonna put up there? Who is on that level? I done seen all y'all lock in certain games, except for E. Smith. No offense, don't take that offensively, E. Smith, but I ain't seen you lock in no 2-minute drill to go to the AFC Championship game. I know you done been there, but I just hadn't really witnessed it. But no matter what, with y'all 3, name one team in the AFC that can beat one of y'all in a playoff game. Seriously. Just name one. Give me one. No bullshit either, man. Don't be humble now. Hell no. Don't be humble now. Give me one team. Oh, bully. See, that's why I can't stand you. You just distract the question. You don't answer the question. You just create another fucking situation or another fucking subject. And that's a good fucking point. Can those top 3 beat everybody in the AFC except for Poe? Damn, that might kill the argument because I might ride with that. I'm riding with that, Pulley, like 100%. That's a good fucking point. That is a good fucking point. We needed to hear that. But don't act like you fucking I wasn't hip to you running from my question. You completely avoided the AFC side, and immediately gave me a super valid point about the top three and the damage that does, dude. That is a good point. Hey, I'm riding with that. I bet the top three over here would run through the entire NFC except for Paul. I would ride with that. I like our odds. I like our top three playing every single one of the NFC opponents individually. I still think we get more wins with only 3 teams compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. With 3 teams, we would get more wins out of that than 7 total teams. I'm riding with that. I believe that. Damn. Hey, y'all make sure y'all mark this fucking timestamp. Mark the timestamp. Go on your phones and make sure you at least record the clip of the last 4 or 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, because that is a hell of a fucking point. I would bet with that. Like, I'm dead serious. I bet whatever on that. But the shitty thing is you can never make it happen with the teams. So you'd have to figure out how to even start a bet that's equivalent to that. And that's going to be hard. But if it could happen, I would literally bet on Pulley, Kim Folk, and E. Smith versus the field in the NFC. No lie. I'd ride with them getting more wins. 3 teams getting more wins than 7. But I get it that they can only beat 3 teams. So it balances out. That's a good point, Pulley. Yeah, that's a good point, man. I like that. Still doesn't take away from the fact that 3 teams in the AFC could possibly get in with 9 wins. AFC still garbage. We ain't gonna run from that. I love the rebuttal though. That was nice. Cause you're right. All right. It's been real. We're going to jump off this motherfucker though. All right. So we're going to jump off here. That was the top 10 power rankings, week 1 through 2. We started kind of just vibing right there at the end. We're going to get up off here, man. Appreciate y'all. At least the few of y'all that did stay up. It's 2 o'clock almost. Let's see if I can nail this transition.
I was the man on these streets. They call me residue. I lead blow on these beats. Got diarrhea flow. Man, I shit on niggas. Even when I'm constipated, I still shit on niggas. Got some super friends in the Legion of Doom. They blowing purple shit. They keep me high like the moon. I'm an affiliate.
Cannon.
No hit men, I'm an affiliate. I know hit men, I'm an affiliate. I know hit men, I'm a hater like you. Fuck my wrist then, niggas sneak dissing, and that ain't how we play. No, fuck with mine, get your drama like the DJ. Dramatic nigga, now tell me I ain't real. This AR that I'm holding got a gangster grill. DJ, now tell me I ain't real. This AR that I'm holding got a gangster grill. Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. They call me residue, I lead blow on these beats. Got diarrhea flow, man, I shit on niggas. Even when I'm constipated, I still shit on niggas. Got some super friends in the Legion of Doom. They blowing purple shit, they keep me high like the moon. I'm an affiliate, I know hit men. I'm a hater like you. Fuck my wrist then, niggas sneak dissing, and that ain't how we play. No, fuck with mine, get your drama like the DJ. Now tell me I ain't real. This AR that I'm holding got a gangster grill. Went from old school Chevys to Beamer coupes. Got 100 niggas with me and everybody gon' shoot. Try me, nigga, that's your first mistake. Eat your little ass up like a Chanterelles plate. The whole